Commander, welcome to Mek-Sha, outlaw crossroads of the galaxy. Darth Shah. I'm pleased we finally have an opportunity to work together. I've heard such delicious things about you. I served your old ally, Darth Vowrawn. He asked that I aid in supervising this operation due to my experience with the galaxy's criminal element. This intriguing specimen is a member of the Brothers, our key allies on the station. They've provided the Empire with quality slave labor for many years.
It is our great honor to take those without value and give them value, to give labor to those without purpose.
Slavery is disgusting. I'm not interested in supporting it.
The slaves support us, dear. That's the whole point. If you want nothing to do with their business, that's your prerogative. We are merely using the Brothers' territory as a headquarters. Our goal here is more complex than it might seem. Let's step into the operations center to discuss the details. Wait, there's some... What? Oh!
Who in blazes was that? I have no idea, but I appreciate the help.
Anytime. It's good to see you again. Lord Shah still in one piece?
Oh, yes. The Force was strong with him. Pity he didn't stand a chance. For a Sith to defy the Empress and attack you during a top-priority mission, you must have done something truly stirring.
This didn't feel like an assassination attempt. Something else is going on.
Intriguing. But a mystery for later, I think. We'd best return to the mission at hand. Shall we?
Ah, old friend. Such a pleasure to see you again after so long. I overheard something of a commotion. Is everything all right?
Someone attempted to kill our dear guest.
An assassination attempt? On you? I'm amazed that there's anyone left in the galaxy who would even try.
I'm not convinced it was an assassin. It felt more like I was being tested.
Really? I shall task some of our people with tracking the assailant down. I would love to learn more. Now then, Shah, let's go over what we've planned.
A Republic fleet key to the defense of Corellia has taken position nearby and intends to purchase fuel from Mek-Sha in order to continue their journey. It is our task to ensure that this fleet never reaches its destination.
So we stop them from refueling.
Unfortunately, that wouldn't fulfill our Empress's command.
If the fleet cannot acquire fuel, they'll simply consolidate what fuel they have into their most powerful warships and send them on. We do not have sufficient vessels to prevent this, and we must make every effort to stop the entire fleet.
Then we lure them in and attack them while they transfer the fuel.
Just so, old friend.
Major Anri, explain your discovery.
It just so happens that a perfect weapon is built into this rock. All we have to do is take control of it. See, this place used to belong to the Hutts, till their slaves revolted and kicked them out. Now Mek-Sha's neutral, run by the 5 biggest crews on the station. Huttbreaker, she led the revolt. Well, she wanted to be sure nobody could show up and steal what she and the other slaves just won. So they put in a failsafe. It fires a pulse that neutralizes all the fuel in Mek-Sha's tanks, plus whatever's in the fuel lines, and any ships attached. We could even juice the pulse up a bit. Make it strong enough to ignite the fuel everywhere but the tanks. Fry every ship in the fleet.
If the pulse will already stop them, why bother with the extra step?
If we have the opportunity to obliterate our enemy, why do any less? The decision of whether to sell fuel to the Republic fleet hasn't been made yet. It depends on a majority vote by the top 5 crews. It falls to you to persuade them to vote in favor of selling the fuel, to help the Republic walk into our trap.
Fortunately, you have the perfect opportunity to get started. Brother?
Huttbreaker hosts a celebration, an auction of pointless material wealth gained without effort. The 5 strongest crews are invited.
You join our dear friends at Huttbreaker's auction. Ensure that the crews vote in favor of selling the fuel, and help the Republic slip its head into the noose.
And what will the rest of you be doing?
Major Anri will be acquiring some special items we'll need later. Meanwhile, I will make a show of myself around the rest of Mek-Sha.
We shall lead our enemies to suspect we're planning a direct assault, so they do not look too closely for other dangers.
I will remain in contact, should any other urgent matters arise.
And watch your back. At least one of these crews is already in the Republic's corner, or the fleet wouldn't have come here in the first place.
Best of luck.
Fancy meeting you here, boss.
We were catching up with Theron and Lana, and they mentioned you were here. Figured we'd lend a hand.
We've cut a few deals with these people over the years. With our help, you'll know just how to play them. They'll vote however you want.
I'll be glad to have any information you can give me.
Just doing our part. If you're ready, let's head inside. All right, first up, Huttbreaker. Revolutionary leader, liberator, and unofficial queen of Mek-Sha. Her crew runs the main docks.
She won't need much convincing. Selling that fuel will bring in a small fortune, but that only stands if you keep the peace. You get too messy with any of these gangs, Huttbreaker will lock things down no matter how much she stands to make. Keeping Mek-Sha safe is her top priority.
All right. Darth Shah said that one of the crew leaders is a Republic sympathizer. What can you tell me?
Junker Jot, retired Republic Navy. His people handle maintenance for all of Mek-Sha. They're the reason we've got air to breathe and a nice view that doesn't kill us.
Jot doesn't really have a crew, just droids and other engineers like him. But without them, this place literally doesn't work. So they get a seat at the table. Needless to say, the Republic will get his vote to refuel, so no need to get involved there. Better to focus on the other crew leaders.
Why bother with the others? Huttbreaker and Jot will vote in the Republic's favor. We tell the brothers to do the same, and we have a majority.
The brothers' relationship with the Empire is no secret. If they suddenly vote to sell fuel to the Republic, it will seem way too suspicious.
Yeah, it's more of a hassle, but you'll need a vote from one of the other crew leaders to keep the Republic from looking too closely.
First is Veek the Snake. He runs a Rhodian smuggling ring, the Harrido Walled, one of the biggest operations in the galaxy.
Veek's a businessman. He can be anybody's friend if there's an upshot for him. Just have to figure out what he needs and make sure he gets it. The other crew leader is Indigo, Mandalorian. Well, ex-Mandalorian. Same with his crew. They're called something like Darmanda.
They're mercs and gun runners. Indigo has some kind of rivalry with Veek, so it's a good thing you only need one of them to vote your way.
Is there anything else I should know?
We'll keep our eyes open for any other big players, but I'm sure you can handle these guys.
Looks like Huttbreaker's about to give her big welcome speech. Let's find a good spot. Mek-Sha! How are you doing tonight? Look at us! We are surviving! We are thriving! We are turning this tiny rock into the beating heart of the galaxy! Just a few years ago, we were slaves. Now, we're masters. Imagine what we can become in just a few more years! All we've got to do is stay us. Be what we've been so far. We keep the peace, we keep the balance, and we keep moving forward. We've got the whole galaxy laid out in front of us. Everyone else just doesn't see it yet. All they see are the soldiers, politicians, Sith, Jedi. All the people who think they run things, who think their wars decide who's in charge. The truth is, they'll never be in charge. They'll never really run things. You know why? Because while they're busy killing each other, we're making deals, making friends, expanding everything they buy so they can blow each other up. We're selling and getting richer, stronger. By the time they stop and do the math, it will be too late. Because there will be a lot more of us than there are of them. And then, it will be us calling the shots. So stay the course, my friends. It only gets better from here! Welcome to Mek-Sha. Did you enjoy this speech?
I can see how you were able to inspire the rebellion against the Hutts.
Well, the Hutts did most of the work for me, if I'm honest. Someone just had to fire the first shot. Now then, please, enjoy our hospitality. Have a drink on me and keep the peace. You can keep the peace, yes? I have your Sith friend's word on it.
The Sith aren't known for keeping their word or keeping the peace.
Such cynicism! Commander, Mitawi there, Jedi Knight.
It's so rare that we can step away from the war for a peaceful chat.
Just because nobody's shooting at each other yet, doesn't mean the war isn't here.
The two of us have a prior appointment, I'm afraid. Please, enjoy the auction.
I know you helped Malgus on Ossus. You picked the wrong side. And you're going to regret it.
Destroying the Republic isn't my goal. This war can end whenever we want it to.
What? With another Treaty of Coruscant? I'll pass.
Master Jedi.
See you around.
What do you want?
You know who you're speaking to, right?
Yeah, and this got me suspicious. Republic ships show up, you show up, you want to chit-chat with the Darmander. We aren't going to fight in your little war. If that's what you're after, you're wasting your time.
Who are the Darmander anyway? What's your story?
Give me a break. I saw your friends feed you intel on everyone in here earlier. What's a pointing and whispering? You know who we are.
It might be worth your time to make a good impression on me. There are benefits to being my ally.
Seems to me there'd be just as many downsides. Maybe we can help each other, though. Look, this isn't a good place to do business. Too many years. Maybe the canteen later, and we'll see.
Chonky faguta geobora geotokakise. Demote que caça, do bonyelis de oto. Chai con kunta chichai.
It depends on how well you treat your friends.
Ma Makipuna male tuta od Mishka. Conchita chichakta. Kusa mala chikuta. Ikosa mose ala tuta. Koba ne puta taise jeskusku.
I'm curious. What's your stance on fueling the Republic's ships?
Kasuyali koyaran kenka kurung. Kliskataka yos oska uka pakuta. Makipuna male tuta od Mishka. Mitisa roda kopana chaporko utmangisa.
It'd be better to discuss this in private.
Bampaula kavaji otto.
What do you have in mind?
Chubulawa michade sula. Kafstu undile, jigo hola lukuta. Tungi machechu, kuting nankihe. Wanawa de bloto wichawa.
Keep on walking, I got nothing to say to imp lovers.
Why so hostile? Can't we have a civil conversation?
No, I didn't watch my buddies die in the cold of space just to make chit-chat with their killers, or the killer's friends, whichever you are. Huh, I need another drink.
Ah, there you are. Have you learned everything you need to complete our plan?
Yes, I'm done here.
Splendid. I hope your time was illuminating.
How'd I do? Too scruffy? Just scruffy enough?
That's Nova Blade gear. What are you planning?
Gonna do a hit and run on Jot's turf a bit later. Need to keep the old crank from realising who's behind it. Just need a few more sets of gear for the rest of my boys and we'll be off.
I've rather loudly let the actual Nova Blades, as well as the exchange, hear that I'm hiring extra muscle. Word should spread quickly.
I'm on my way to meet with one of the crews we need to vote for the refueling.
Wonderful. My master knew you were the one for the job. Well then, we all have our tasks before us. Shall we reconvene in the Brothers' territory later?
Chonki faguta giopora geoto kakise. Makipuna male tuta od Mishka.
You don't waste time.
Bumpa comeback, niji tonka giliski chanaga. Pakuta pal kuchapting wampa, la agua kilia jikoska. Chonki faguta giopora geoto kakise. Ni at umpampa, boshura moki.
Who do you support?
Nakmanoya, no chaita. Tuta Mishka, no chaita. Kafstu undile, jigo hola lukuta.
What makes you think I want to stop it?
Wanto humpa, muli rafavaba. Ko yamaya, inacho casa. Kusa mala chikuta, ikosa mose ala tuta. Patoga wa kiku bakili.
Why me? Can't your own people handle it?
Ki casa da yakatoto. Umpa bitwala ni bobo. Hoya tuka change kapula. Timote ki casa, do bonyelis di otto. Bampaula kavaji otto. Umpa bitwala ni bobo.
You want to do business with the Hutts?
Bagfra wanawaga. Mibunawa di te utwipi. Kasuyali koyaran kenka kurung. Kumpata ti tok maki chisa chubala wawuni.
I didn't know the exchange was on Mek-Sha.
Kuchuso yumata chikotoya. Wanto humpa muli rafavaba. Umpa bitwala ni bobo. Nokta chulna dobela. Patoga wa kiku bakili.
I'm not here to take down the exchange, but I'll rescue the envoy.
Kuchuso, yumata chikotoya. Ja, aita ye chopa. Mitwana shoto.
Enjoy your stay.
Facility prime.
Master Zhou would be proud.
Mek-Sha.
You weren't invited to this meeting, Commander.
The Hutts and the exchange working together. Who'd have thought?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I must say, I am surprised Vik chose his reputation over saving a potential deal with the Hutts.
Kontachota, kasa yuli koira tole kankitong.
Is the exchange helping the Hutts take back Mek-Sha? Why else would you let the exchange grow so quickly?
In truth, both of our organizations lose millions of credits to Harrido Wald every month. It's getting expensive. Once Vik and his ilk are out of the way, we'll divvy up his routes and cruise between ourselves.
Here,
this'll help.
Kuchuso, you mate chikotoya. Migushu funbo dopo makma.
Dead. It was an ambush. She was working with the exchange all along.
Bampaula kavaji oto.
The Hutts in the exchange made a deal to kill you and split your resources between themselves. They didn't count on anyone else getting involved.
Kasuyali koyaran kenka kurung. Umpa kambak, niji tonka giliski chanaga. Umpa bitwala ni bobo.
You must be joking.
Chonki faguta jiopora geoto kakise. Kusa mala chikuta, ikosa mose ala chuta. Umpa bitwala ni bobo. Kuidok bamba, unaguta, tanquekuta?
I have other priorities right now.
Kumpata ti tok maki chisa chubala wawuni. Pite perupa, kadwa shiniko iga danaila. Kusa mala chikuta, ikosa mose ala chuta. Ai, tutamishka jio lukuta.
It's exactly what I need.
Yanakuzu pike. No ye nevuta nakma.
Yes, that should be all.
Inigu daiji liska chananga wa. Jiji haku.
Commander, am I interrupting anything?
I just finished convincing Veek to support our plan. What do you need?
Perfect. Remember when I mentioned that hit and run on Jot's territory earlier? Well, I've got my squad ready to move. Last thing we need is you.
What do you mean?
Jot's crew handles maintenance for everything in the station, including the failsafe system that roasts the fuel. He'll have a schematic for the failsafe on his computers. We need that data so we can modify the system to juice it up like the boss wants. My team hits Jot's place first, so he thinks pirates are trying to run off with some of his repair droids. While he's out chasing us around, you sneak into his HQ and grab the data. Sound good?
Send me the coordinates and I'll make my way there.
You got it. Before we dive into this op, I have to tell you, I feel like Balron's playing games here. Treating those creep slavers like they actually matter. Hell, playing nice with any of the locals. Boss's eyes are on more than just the mission, I'm sure of it.
You were a slave once. How do you feel about slavery in the Empire?
Being a slave was horrible, but it motivated me to be the best, to make myself more. That's what the Empire's all about, isn't it? Still, if things had been different, I could have got a lot more years soldiering in. Probably a lot of good soldiers died working in a mine or something, before they got their chance to really make a difference.
Slavery is cruel and destructive. The Empire would be better off without it.
Sometimes you have to be cruel to get things done the best they can be done. But I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more brains put to it. All right, I've burned enough of your time. I'll move my people into position and we'll be ready to start when you are. Amory out.
Ready to start the diversion, boss. Let's make this quick.
What in the... Nova Blades again? Thought me and my droids taught you a lesson last time.
We've got a whole blasted army in here. Work fast, Commander.
No time like the present.
Having fun with my security upgrades? I did them up special, just for you.
Major Anri, I'm downloading the failsafe schematics now.
Copy that. Think we finally have the old fool locked down. Gonna snag some droids and make our getaway before he gets loose again. Anri out.
Running off, eh? I'm not done with you. Deploy the big fellas. All of them.
Don't know about you, but I think that's enough crazy for today. Good work in there. I'm headed back to HQ.
Thanks to your impressive efforts, the vote has gone as we intended. Mek-Sha will sell fuel to the Republic. Their ships are preparing to dock now.
All without the slightest idea of our true plans. Well done. We can begin our attack as soon as their ships are locked in.
I've gone over the failsafe schematics with my boys. We'll break into the maintenance shafts and hit the 4 main emitters all at once. Someone else will have to throw the big switch, though. Can't activate the failsafe from inside. Has to be done from the dock's control center.
Leave that to me.
We're of the same mind. Excellent. Before you begin, I will load the remainder of our troops into assault shuttles and make a diversionary strike on the docks themselves. That should serve to distract the bulk of their defenders. Still, do be careful as you approach the failsafe controls, darling.
Don't worry. You won't need to distract them for long.
Splendid. Oh, to see their ships gutted by the very fuel that they were so desperate to acquire. This will be a glorious day for the Empire.
A day to be exceeded only by our forthcoming victory on Corellia. Now then, everyone to your tasks. Take no prisoners, and above all else, enjoy yourselves.
We're under attack! Squads 3 and 9 reinforce the maintenance entrances!
That's it. Come and get me. Your move, Commander.
Don't say I never did.
More enemies at the docks. Squads 5 and 7, defensive positions. You've got this.
Here, this'll help.
Their defenses have rallied at the tower. A minor nuisance for you, I'm sure.
Breach at the command tower! Stop them before it's too late!
I've been waiting for this, Imperial. Your plan ends here. No! This isn't over.
I've reached the failsafe controls.
Emitters have all been modified. We're ready. Perfect. Activate the failsafe.
Firing now. The console shows that all fuel has been neutralized, but there isn't enough power to ignite it.
It's disappointing. But the task is done. Those ships aren't going anywhere. All forces return to base.
You made an all-out military assault on my docks! Mek-Sha isn't Imperial territory. You don't get to ignore my rules!
It is true that our forces attacked their ships, as they do in all corners of the galaxy. But it was your council that voted to put them in that position.
And it was your weapon that disabled their ships.
No! They'll never think
that we have been working together since the beginning. That is exactly what they'll think. Why else would you be meeting us now?
You have made an enemy of the Republic. Your neutrality will be meaningless.
But you are not alone in these trying times. Your affiliation with the Empire will gradually strengthen over time. I believe you could become our key refueling station in this sector, if you learn to behave.
Taking over the station wasn't our mission here.
Not our only mission, perhaps. But the Empire's logistical structure doesn't expand itself. A small deployment of troops, perhaps a warship or two, and we'll gain years of smooth and reliable operations in this sector.
It makes no difference to me. Do as you wish.
I always do. You may go now.
Vowron, Shah, report.
The Republic fleet was completely disabled. They will not reach Corellia in time to interfere.
Then your mission is complete. Prepare to extract all forces. With no further Republic reinforcements to contend with, our victory on Corellia is all but guaranteed. I'm transmitting coordinates now. We will meet to discuss our strategy for the attack immediately. Malgus out.
Watching you work has been as delightful as ever. I shall look forward to our next opportunity to collaborate, as always. Farewell.
My lords. Orders just came through. Looks like I'm backing you up on Corellia. Heard they have good whiskey. Might try and grab some.
Don't bother. Calcinor's blends are just as good, and much simpler to find in Imperial space.
Maybe so. But you know what they say about a looted bottle?
The truest taste of victory. Oh, I like this one.
I've enjoyed working with her so far. Major Anri, this is Lana Benico.
Charmed.
Hey, I saw the Sith leave. Am I clear to come in now?
One of yours?
Most of the time.
Are we good to go or what? This is not the best neighborhood.
Lead the way.
Well, you showed up. I prefer doing business here. Better drinks, no dress code, industrial waste disposal on the back if there's trouble.
Let's pick up where we left off at the party.
Well, let's start here. What exactly do you want from me?
I want you to vote in favor of selling fuel to the Republic.
You want them to refuel? I don't know what your game is, but I don't need to. You know how this works. You do a little something for me first, and I'll consider it.
What did you have in mind?
You know that slimy little Rhodian Veek? Runs a smuggling crew? He's been raising prices on me, and I'm sick of it. Profits are thin enough without that bug-eyed scammer butting in. I want him and his bodyguards dead. No witnesses, no chance the Darmander catches the blame. I know the guy who's next in line. Done business together. He'll hire some of my guys as bodyguards, and I'll be in a nice spot. So, there it is. Take out Veek, and the vote's yours.